a cake from scratch. And so you can hear me, I left the mixer back here. But we're going to start with, I've already mixed up our flour, 2 1/3 cups of flour, our tablespoon of baking powder, that's not a mistake, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So that's in here. I kind of stirred it all up so you can't see anything, and you can't see lumps of nutmeg or your flour or whatever. We've got our softened butter here, 2/3 of a cup, which is 10 2/3, I'll bring it over here, 10 2/3 tablespoons. So we got that. We're going to just kind of whip this up or beat this up just a little bit to kind of move it around. Okay. And our mixer. Okay, and not only so you can hear me with the mixer back there, also I only have one extension cord, and that I plugged the tree in, so we have to have the mixer back there, which is kind of silly. Okay, we've got our sugar here that we're going to add in, and we've got our eggs. We're going to separate our eggs, so we have egg whites and egg yolks, and of course we're going to add our eggnog. All right, so we got that going on. All right, we'll go ahead and separate our eggs. Now I'll move that. And we've got 3 eggs here. We're going to use, in this recipe, we're going to use both the yolk and the egg white, but not at the same. Now you can get the little fancy egg separator, but where's the challenge in that? Okay, there's one. Ooh. Careful. All right. 2. Looks like our butter. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put our sugar while we finish with the eggs. I believe that was 1.5 cups. Or whatever I measured out there. All right. Whoop. Okay. There's that. All right, so we've got that going. That looks good. We're going to, you are supposed to beat the, I've misspelled beating here. After we've got the butter in, we've got the sugar in, we're going to add the egg yolks one at a time. These crunched up a little bit, so we'll do the best we can. And that's just to get it, by adding it one at a time, you can incorporate it a little bit better into the mixture. 2 and 3. That's 3. Hello, grab your recipe packet. And I'll show you what this looks like. Nice yellow color. I want to keep scraping down the sides. Now you can do this. You don't have to have a standing mixer. You can do it with the with your hand mixer. That's fine. Ooh, you know what? We forgot to get our pans together. All right. I think I'll leave that off for a minute. We're going to use 2 9-inch cake pans. And let me get some, we're not going to use foil this time. I'll be right back. I need some wax paper. In the directions, it does say to grease and flour. I like to use the old wax paper just on the bottom. Makes it a little bit easier. And remember how we did this? We folded our wax paper in half and in half. And we fold it in a diamond shape, or a triangle shape rather. And then another one. And then put this over here. Get your trusty scissors out and just kind of see where the center is. That looks pretty good. Okay. So I've got this little thing that we open. The trick. Ta-da! And we need a cup of eggnog. Right here. Okay. So we're going to put a little eggnog in. Turn it on. And when all that gets incorporated, then add a little bit more eggnog, a little bit more flour, a little bit more eggnog. Okay. Now, we've got this of our batter. I have to just bear with me because I do have to clean off this bowl so we can whip the egg whites. If you just did this with the mixer, it would be a whole lot easier. We're going to use our whip attachment. Okay, pour our egg whites in here. And then I'll let that beat up. Okay. Okay, that's ready. All right, now you see what we mean when we say stiff peaks? You see it's not in the bowl. Can you see the bowl? Yeah. Well, it stands straight up. Okay. We'll set that aside for a minute. And we're going to put that in with our cake batter. And because we've just spent that time whipping this up, we don't want to give this a quick stir. We're going to fold these in, get our cake batter a little bit lighter. So you're just going to fold it over. Because like I said, this time that you just spent whipping your egg whites, you don't want to just kind of beat this up and defeat the whole purpose. Now, this is one of the recipes. When I saw this, I love eggnog flavoring, and you know, sometimes the eggnog's a little bit too thick to drink, but I love the flavoring, I love the smell of it. If I was doing this at home, I would take a white cake mix, or a yellow cake mix, probably better. And instead of using the water, I use eggnog. Then you got an eggnog cake. And you saved yourself a bunch of steps. But that's just me. You know, I think it's good to learn this stuff, but you know, we got to live in the real world.